people behind you to help you, to invest in you.
You must be having a lot of ministers behind you.
Yeah.
I read 187 books. It was 2021. I'm standing next to the president.
Schools force their students like you have to enter to university, but this
For 18 years of my life, I've been in one city, in Urgench, with
Yeah.
no opportunities,
Yeah.
and 1 year fully changed.
people like the students they don't know why they need university.
Well, I study full time because I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
Who, just I have to. I have to.
Assalamu alaikum guys. Today our second podcast, and today our guest is Miss Asalkhon. So how are you doing?
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here, and I think that this format is something that we need to have in
Yeah.
Uzbekistan more of. Yeah, absolutely.
So introduce yourself. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Okay, why am I doing here?
Yes.
That's an interesting question. Well, I am Aisel and Asalkhon. I have multiple identities, but you can call me Asalkhon. That's my passport name. So let's continue with the passport name.
Okay.
I am 19 years of age, currently studying at diplomacy, working. I am a young woman entrepreneur. I have a business. So yes, so many things to say. I think 5-minute introduction wouldn't be enough to say every single thing that happened or
Okay.
everything, a single
Got
thing I am.
So can we talk about your childhood? Like where were you born?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I think people misunderstood where they have this misconception that when you are a social activist, you are 100%. It's 100% true that you were born in Tashkent, that
Yeah.
your I don't know, father is a minister of some
Yeah.
kind. Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I was born in
Okay.
Urgench. I was born in a small village.
Doesn't matter.
I've grown there. I've been living there for 18 years of my life. It's been only 1 year since I'm in Tashkent, so it's like you could see the exponential growth in just a year. So yeah, it's like it's not only about Tashkent. It's a very big misconception.
Okay, what about the education system there? Like lots of people come to Tashkent to study better. Like they think in the regions the education level is low. Like what do you think about it?
Absolutely low.
Really?
That is really true. I remember studying at school, and I remember only memorizing things. I actually didn't study at school.
Mhm.
To be honest, I didn't study at school starting from COVID. It's been 3 years.
Okay.
We made a deal. I
Mhm.
said I will win you a Republican
I
Olympiad.
know.
Yeah, I will win you a Republican Olympiad, and you will give me the whole freedom to do whatever I like with my life. So 3 years off, I absolutely had no education. I studied on my own. It was like I was a self-educated female.
It is hard to say like no education. Is it good or bad? Is it kind of corruption thing or no?
This
How
is
do
a
you
corrupt.
describe?
I'm a lawyer. I'm a
Okay.
constitutional lawyer,
Okay.
and I think that I am myself breaching the Article 6 of the Constitution itself,
Okay.
which is about, again, I have to. It is mandatory for me to attend school, but I did it for the benefit of the society. Because as a social activist, what I do is benefit the society, right? So that's why I think this is a breaching of law.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's talk about English. So, again, did you study at learning center or like online? How it went in terms of English? Lots of people think that education, like English, math, is good in city, like in capital, in Tashkent, but in other regions, they think it's low. Like they just work there, they don't study, the schools are bad. But your English is really good. I really like it. So, did you study at learning center, or how you kind of overcame? Because I guess there are lots of like teenagers or people who live in regions and they want to find a solution for this. Like they don't have lots of learning centers there. How you went? How it was?
That is funny, that is a very funny thing. I started learning English in January 2020. It was pre-COVID time.
Mhm.
So I underwent a major change in my life. I decided, that was a major shift from focusing on my beauty to focusing on my brain.
Okay.
That was a pre-success time for me.
Mhm.
And I studied on my own at first, and then I went to educational center. But imagine, like 2020, I started at 2020.
Mhm.
2021, from zero, I had A1. 2020 January. 2021 July, I got my first certificate. It was 7.5. In a year from now, I got an
I
8.5.
know,
So
yeah.
yeah, like to 3
For
years.
speaking is not, just in case you don't know.
Speaking,
Yeah.
yeah, that's an interesting.
What about your accent? Is it Russian? Like I watch videos on Telegram and like it's kind of Russian, yeah, I guess. Like your accent.
Oh, that is, I think, a
Swap up.
mix.
Swap up.
So no, this is British. Like,
British?
yes,
Okay.
yes. I've been speaking British actually for the 2 years,
Okay.
and this is the final year when I decided to switch to American, and that's
Okay.
why you can still feel the British
Yeah.
accent
So,
instantly.
why British, not American? Like, is it was it your choice or like lots of people like I'm a teachers myself. Lots of people think that British accent is easy, British accent is good, yeah, but there are lots of people there are like a few percent of really British accent people like they speak really well, and there are lots of people who want to imitate British accent like a bottle of water or something like this. Like like it goes funny. So, what about you? Like, why British? Like, you had your choice, or someone forced you to speak in British accents? How
Oh,
was that?
absolutely no. I had full freedom when it comes to English, and I think it has to do with my personality. I just like to appear elegant. That's what I like, and I think
Okay.
British affiliates with that more than American
Okay,
accent.
good. So, you started with English and you went to university. Like, what was that? Diplomacy?
Yes, I
Why?
will.
Why?
Well, that's a funny thing because my parents didn't allow me to study abroad.
Mm,
Otherwise, I
mm,
would have
mm.
been in Poland by
Okay.
this time.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
dreamt to study at Poland actually, but since I had these restrictions, I decided to at least go to Tashkent so that I can, I don't know, like get to my goals. It's all about where you study. It's about what you do where you
Yeah.
study. You know,
Yeah. Yep.
you see, like from 18, like for 18 years of my life, I've been in one city in Urgench with
Yeah.
no opportunities,
Yeah.
and one
That's
year
tough.
fully changed me. It's like, you see, it's about the goals.
Yeah. So you had a chance to go to Poland, and your parents kind of said no to you. Yep. I
Yes,
guess.
yes, yes. They
So,
restricted.
what was your major at that university? Like diplomacy as well?
No, my major is law. I'm an advocate for, I'm a social activist first. I'm an advocate for civil and, just civil rights and liberties. Like,
Gotcha.
yes, liberties is something that I protect. Liberties is something that I learn all
Okay,
the
let's
time.
talk about university. Like at this point, there are lots of problem happening in Uzbek like university system, and I kind of did a research and I found that lots of people, when they are like 10th, 11th grade, they don't get enough information what university is, like what it is, why you need it, and so on. Like lots of schools force their students like you have to enter to university, but this people like the students they don't know why they need university. And I know I have lots of friends like my classmates and so on, they answered to university, yeah, good, they answered, but it's not the major that they wanted. Like I have a friend who doesn't know anything about like chemistry or something like this, but he entered to like medicine university, and I was like, nah, it won't work out, it won't work out. So what do you think about it? Like we have lots of problems in terms of this.
Absolutely. I think this has to do with the fact that we are just social capital. I think that
Yeah.
we are a part of labor, and that's why we are
Okay.
called, please enter the university, please enter the university,
Yeah.
because we are the object of somebody at somebody's disposal.
Mm-hmm.
That is the goal,
Mm-hmm.
right, of the universities, to
Yeah.
get us objectified into their goals, to get us not in the corporate world.
Okay.
We are still very far away from the liberal system,
Yeah, thank goodness.
to enter the institutionalized, just capital, to be a part of that capital. I think for that reason we have such a trend.
Yep, like the thing is that like I did a research and I found out in America and Europe before entering to university they ask themselves like, okay, what I'm interested at, who I want to be. Like if I want to be a doctor, yes, have to go to university. But if I want to be a video editor or something like this, I don't have to go to university. And lots of parents force their children to enter to university, like thinking that after university he'll be good, he'll be that, he'll be this. Another friend of mine, I have lots of friends. So she like applied to university, but she couldn't. It was like finance, I guess. And next year she wants to like apply again, the same university. And I said, okay, are you interested? Do you know math? And she said, no. Like, are you interested in finance? No. And I was like, why? And the thing she said is that because if I have kind of diploma, I may earn money, and after 60 years, I may got kind of money from the government and so on. And what I think is that nowadays, lots of people, lots of teenagers in Uzbekistan, they don't have lots of big goals, and I think that's the main reason for that problem.
I think not only in Uzbekistan. No
Bro.
one has goals. Like I have a lot of friends from every Ivy League school, and what I
Okay.
can, see in them that in the first year, of course, it's very natural not to have goals, not to know
Yeah.
who you want to be, what you want to be, and that's why we have,
Okay.
like we have this, we just crash down. Like
Okay.
it's the second year, you still don't know who you want to be, what profession you want to take up. I think we need to have more opportunities. We need to have at least 1 year of freedom to study what we want, just to be able to, like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
liberal
Yeah.
system, yeah,
Gotcha.
the
Yeah.
liberal system of America, for us to be able to understand what we exactly want in
Okay.
this.
Sorry. About your project, like, she has a project called Swap Up. Yep. Can you like introduce what is it? What is it like? How can they like participate? When you started it? Where the idea came from? Like, lots of people think that if you want to do something, you have to have tanks behind you, like lots of people, like from governmental or something like this, uncles and so on. What about your situation? Like, do you have like investors? Do you have this kind of people behind you to help you, to invest in you? Can you describe this project?
Absolutely. So I don't have anyone behind my back.
Okay.
Don't think like that. Everyone assumes. Everyone assumes. Oh
Of
my gosh,
course.
you must be having a lot of ministers behind you.
Yeah.
You must be having a lot of people behind you.
Yeah.
Nothing like this. We started from the zero. We started from the very bottom. But I think the idea came about when I decided, why is that we don't have the opportunities as in Europe? Why is that people cannot attend events? Why is that we cannot initiate, high profile, high educational events in Uzbekistan, right? Why we
Yeah.
don't have any of that? I see, just a lot of my friends, they go to United States, they say, and I ask, why is that you want there? There are opportunities. I
Yeah.
want to have opportunities. I want
Yeah.
to I want to get them. But I said, why not to create the same opportunities? I'm
Here.
someone who creates
Okay.
the bubbles. I call this a bubble. So it's like
Okay.
every one of us live in one bubble.
Mm-hmm.
In the bubble, you have all the opportunities behind, just in the bubble, surrounding you, just touching the ground of that bubble. So it's like your limitations, right? People
Mm-hmm.
see their bubble as limitations, and they're like, oh, I want to study abroad just to extend my bubble.
Yeah.
But the thing is
Yeah.
that you can do it yourself. It's not about where you study, it's about what you do to extend that bubble. So I
Mm-hmm.
think in just a month, in 2 months, imagine you conducting the event in 4 regions of our country.
Yeah.
It's like that was a very big leap in the progress that we make. And next time it's the whole Uzbekistan.
Okay. The question is when it started, like how it started.
Oh, the first time was in March. So
This year.
yes, yes,
You
yes,
kidding?
yes. It's a very new project actually.
Oh my god.
So
Okay.
we are still thinking about the technical sides. I will talk
Mm-hmm.
about that a bit later. So basically, it was my idea to, just invest in books, because again, books cost a lot.
Yeah. Of course.
I have the privilege
Of
that
course.
my just friends bring books from America.
Mm-hmm.
I have the privilege, but
Mm-hmm.
other people don't have the privilege. So
Okay.
why not to share the book that I have already read
Mm-hmm.
with other people?
Instead of throwing it to the
Yes,
rubbish.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And why did that idea came? It's not only about thinking about other people. I
Mm-hmm.
had a plane ticket.
Okay.
A week after that,
Yep.
I had to go to Khorazm, and the thing is that there was a
Mm.
baggage limitation.
Okay.
I had books like they were like 8 kilograms.
Mm-hmm.
The limitation was 8 kilograms itself.
Yeah.
Like there was a choice either to take my clothes and things
Or just books.
or books.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I already read those books. I made an analysis on those books.
Uh-huh.
I already shared the analysis.
Okay.
So I thought, is there a way that I could swap these books? Is there a way that I could donate these books? Is there any donation points? And there were none. So I thought, let's swap up. And that's where the idea kicked in, and then we
Oh.
organized it with Nigel. So the benefit is that you give your book a second life.
Uh-huh.
It's like you have a book and you give this book a life, because the purpose of the book is to share an idea. An
Mhm.
idea exists as long as it is shared. If
Okay.
the idea within the book doesn't get shared, it means that the book dies. So what
Mhm.
we aim at is give that idea to other people. So it's the benefit that you get is you get another idea for exchanging for another idea. So it's like the interchange between the books.
Yeah.
The biggest benefit, free book.
Yeah.
Who
You get
doesn't
free
want
book.
free
Yeah.
book in English?
Of course. Of
And
course.
the second part is educational part.
Mhm.
Again, this comes from my expertise, where when I studied at multiple European boards, youth
We'll
boards.
talk about later.
We will talk about that
Yeah.
later. The idea is that you promote education in people, social awareness about the
Yeah.
issues like deforestation. In our case, we discuss social inequality. We discuss women empowerment
Okay.
in the on the standpoint of women rights,
Okay.
and of course, we discussed the cultural eradication of Uzbek
Hmm.
culture. It's
Yeah.
like raising awareness about the things that people don't know, and of course,
Gotcha.
all those things, all those topics are based on SDGs, like
Hmm.
17 sustainable goals of the United Nations. If you don't know 17 sustainable goals, then I'm sorry, then your literacy levels are down the ground.
Okay, she's not kidding. So we'll put the link below. Yep.
Yes, it will be.
So far.
We will insert the pictures.
Yep. Yep.
Yes,
So like it started in March. Yep. I guess you said in March. Yep.
yes, the first time.
And you had this project in 4 regions. Yep.
This was in September.
September.
Yeah, it was the second cohort.
Okay, how it was like? What about the money? What about the people? How you got this kind of team and so on? Can you like talk about? I mean, like there are lots of teenagers like me myself. When I was like studying at school, like 10th or 11th grade, I had lots of ideas, lots of plans, but I didn't have any kind of opportunity to this. I didn't have kind of team or like about financial side as well, and that's what can you introduce this? How you find how you kind of made this and so on? Like you did it with zero budget, I guess. Started with zero budget.
Yes,
Talk
yes,
about
yes. No
this.
one invested.
Yeah.
No one invested. But as for the people, I think this has to do with my network system. I
Mm-hmm.
know everyone, honestly. It's like if you're famous, then it's 100% chance I know you, right?
Okay. Okay.
So that's the thing. I had a lot of
That's why
people
she doesn't
around.
know me.
Well, I'm glad to know you.
Yeah.
You see,
That's it.
the life introduced you to me. So the thing is that I had this network of people, and those
Mhm,
people knew other people who are really
mhm,
great at this.
mhm.
So since I had the connections with great people, they found me the people in other regions as well. It's
Mhm,
about this is the concept of social activism. When you're a social activist, it's easy to spot other social activists. It's like
mhm.
with blind eyes, I'm just closing my eyes. I can easily spot the social activist only because that I know
Yeah.
one person. Like that person leads to another person, and just that's how it goes.
So the motivation is not money, I guess.
No, not money,
No
not
money.
money.
Like lots of people start their project or kind of business because of money. Like there's a book called like Start with Why. I have read this book. Like
Yeah, me too.
it's really good. Like it means like before doing something, you have to ask yourself why are you doing what you're doing. Like lots of people even about the universities itself, like before enter to university you have to ask yourself like why am I entering want to enter to this university. Like if it is because of your friends, because of family, or because of something else, don't do it. Just do it for yourself, please guys. Like because it really shows effect on the society as well, because I know lots of people who graduated architecture, who like graduated like medicine, but they don't know anything about that kind of field. Like they know but not much. There's only theory, but when it comes to practice, they did everything like bad and everything falls apart, and the output will be bad. And that's why I guess we are hiring lots of people from outside, and I think it's a really bad thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because people are not goal oriented. Why they are not goal oriented? Because they don't know their identities.
Yeah.
There is concept of identity. Identities can be very multiple. It can be a personal identity, which is all about your traits. What kind of traits do you desire? Do you desire to
Mhm,
be open? Do you desire to be closed? Is it about extrovertedness or introvertedness? But
mhm.
there are other sides as well, like a social identity. How would you like to present yourself in front of the people? What do you present as
Mhm.
a unit within the society? So that's the
Mhm.
question that we should be asking. It's
Yeah,
like no one tries to discover their identities.
of course.
Why? Because we live in the world where everyone is
Yeah.
collectively, they are just, they have this collective mindset that stops them from thinking about themselves, from discovering themselves, and that's the problem. I think that must be the reason why people are not that educated.
Mhm.
People do not achieve their big goals, and they don't even know what to do with their lives.
Yeah. So we have talked about lots of problems. Like now, let's talk about the solution. And I think the main solution will be like education, like studying, like self-study. Like lots of people think that someone has to teach them to do something. English, math, IT doesn't matter. Like I think you have to do it yourself. Yeah, there has to be a mentor who can like show you way. Okay, you can do this way, this way is better, and this way is bad, something like this. But you have to go this way yourself. No one has to come and take you. Like no one is responsible for this. Yep. And I think the main thing that you can do to find your identity, to like do a self development, reading a book, it's the best thing that I can advise. What about you?
I don't think that's a good decision. I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
let's have a debate.
because like up to this point, I read 187 books in like a
Hmm.
year and a half.
Okay.
So it's like from 2022. Now it's 2023, a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Hmm. Hmm.
So 187 books. It's not about you read. It's not about what you
Understand?
read. No, it's not even about what you understand. It's about what you reflect. Because
Mm.
out of
Hmm.
187
Hmm.
books, I reflected only on 34 books.
Okay, gotcha.
34 books. And when you reflect, you actually engage with the information.
Mm.
Well, I have a friend, a very good friend. He constantly reads. He constantly reads, but the thing is that it's not only about reading. It's about what I don't. I don't admire those who read a lot. I admire those. I admire those who reflect a lot. It's about the reflection that you do. Because honestly, when you reflect, for example, when I write, let's say, the best piece of writing that I did, I think, was for the book of the oppressed. It's like it's a theory of oppression.
Okay.
Because like I engaged with the secondary materials as well. When
Hmm.
you write a reflection post, when you write a reflection summary, like it can be a literature review, it
Hmm.
can be a book review.
Hmm.
So when you write that, you engage with the secondary materials, where somebody else describes their opinion. Then you have your own opinion. It's the contradiction between the
Okay.
two. And then in the essay, what you do is you write the contradictions and you get to the deeper ground of the book rather than just simply reading this. I think reading is stupid. Honestly,
Hmm.
it's very stupid. Okay, I read a lot, but I think that instead of reading, we should engage with the information. I would rather read an article, reflect on it, read the secondary materials to it, and be 5 times better than the guy who just read the book about that.
No, like, come on, you underestimated me. So the thing is that, okay, the fact is good. I don't want to say just read books. Yep. Why the point I said is that like nowadays, lots of people think that like lots of informations are on like YouTube or like Google, and they think that it's the best way of getting information. Like I recently had a debate with my friend. He said that YouTube is much better than books. Like I explained, he said his point. What about you? What do you think? Like YouTube, books? Would you choose?
Well, when I read, I am goal oriented. For example, I have a specific goal,
Mm-hmm.
but a YouTube is a cool thing. For example, YouTube brings me ideas. I have my notebook, a personal notebook where I write every idea that I have. So it's like it's the mind map. You write the idea,
Mm-hmm.
then you write the source of the idea. You
Mm-hmm.
categorize the idea. For
Mm-hmm.
example, like you categorize it as social equity or like social sciences, and then you find the book that correlates best to the idea so that you can
Okay.
get something out of it or to achieve some kind of goal, to understand some kind of concept.
Oh, okay, good. Let's talk about education system in Uzbekistan. Like as you said, school. Like, can you talk about school in regards? Like, I haven't been. I've studied in Tashkent. Like, I don't say it's that good, but lots of people say that it's better than in really. Like, yep, within region. Yep.
Who knows? Who knows? I've never studied in Tashkent school. But the thing is that when I studied in Urgench, I was really locked within the Urgench, right? It's like a very limited thinking. You only think within the school. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember even any time when I thought, for example, yeah, I had a very good literature teacher. So I read pieces of literature, I retold them, but nothing else. It was very boring. Because like my brain couldn't comprehend more than that, right? Everyone is so limited. Everyone was so limited in the knowledge that was given in the school. There was nothing, honestly. I remember, just you see, it's 1st of September. It's 1st of September. You go down the hall. There is the picture of Islam Karimov. What you do is you do an oath, like 1 minute of silence. You go back to the
Yeah.
classroom. Everyone is telling about again again September, a very wonderful day. Then they tell the
Yeah.
historical facts, and that's it. Every freaking 1st of September goes the same, and I think I'm very sad. Like when I entered the 11th grade after meeting the president, it was after the president meeting, after the
Yeah.
opening,
It's okay. It's okay.
uh, after the opening of the statue,
Mhm.
the new Uzbekistan Bore. I was the first one to witness the opening itself next to the president. I was standing
Mhm.
next to the president. So basically, after that, I changed my mind. I thought there is so much more that I couldn't explore. And again, imagine 11th grade, I'm going back to school, and again, the same environment. I already felt the limitation. It's like, again,
Mhm. Yeah.
circle
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
just backing down,
Good.
going down.
What about education here? Like you study at university. What about education here? Like it is better. Like what? No.
think they provide more freedom. I
Mhm.
mean, not knowledge, but freedom. And I
Mhm.
really appreciate that. For example, I have classes from 3 till 6, and that's pretty much it. Well, they are still boring,
Mhm.
but I get a lot of terminology from them.
Mhm.
So the thinking comes from me, but the terminology from them. Yes, it's still
Mhm.
like, typical Uzbek classes
Yeah,
where
I know.
you read, study, but the reflection point comes from you.
Yep, there's a mentor of mine, like my teacher, my English teacher. He's my brother mentor, and he said that in university, the main thing is not like lessons. The main thing is networking.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Imagine like this September. Okay, let's talk about this September. The network of people that I like created.
Mm-hmm.
The Minister of Education.
Okay.
Yeah, like we started to get in contact with him. Then the Minister of Technology.
Mm-hmm.
After that, the dean assistant of the Penn State Law. Like
Mm-hmm.
I got his email. I
Okay.
texted his email. I got even a certificate from him. Like I even shared just my analysis of one law case. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all about the connections. You see, I'm already just attacking, type of attacking the
Mm-hmm.
law universities abroad, because our university has lots of unis. For example, we have Columbia, we have Penn State, we have Berkeley, US Berkeley, we have Oxford, we have Cambridge, with whom we are cooperating,
Mm-hmm.
which means that when representatives of those universities come, what you can do is to be good to them, just to be in the spotlight and show the intellectual knowledge that they need. It's
Mm-hmm.
about being convenient for them so that they would be convenient for you in the case that you want them.
Gotcha. So, you had a meeting with our president. Yep. How it went?
Oh,
From the girl from just simple family, simple region. Yep. Simple family, I
yes,
guess.
a
Yeah.
simple family.
How it went? How it went?
A simple family from Urgench. I've even at that time it was my second time being in Tashkent in my life. I was like amazed. 2021, the year 2021.
Like in New York.
Hopefully I will be in New York. Let's see, let's see. Okay, so it was 2021. I'm standing next to the president. I should have talked, but I couldn't because, like, again, my Uzbek levels were really low. And imagine, I think the worst in the youth, like in the youth circle that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone had their businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, like, we had a person who won like the international I don't know, championate in karate. Then
Mm-hmm.
there was chess people. I standed next to them and I felt like nothing.
Okay.
Like, why did they even invite me? That was really shocking. But I was there, and I think that that was the case where I understood that the country needs me. If the
Mm-hmm.
country chose me, like out of nowhere, to be there in the circle of 10 people, there were only 10 representatives standing right there. All of them like are high achievers, and me, no one from the village. Basically, that was a wonderful experience, and I think I should have talked more. I should have opened up a conversation, because others
Yeah.
did, but I didn't. I couldn't really allow myself. There was like, just underestimation who I am to talk with him. Like
Yeah.
they have won the international championship, and who I am like to talk. They are talking, and I'm like, standing next to him, like he's looking at my eyes. I'm looking at his eyes, and I'm like, I want to speak. I have the desire. I'm yearning. I'm like, I love my president. I really
Mhm.
love my country. I'm a patriot. But I couldn't like. But this time, I think I don't know. Like my heart feels that we will meet with president very soon.
Me too.
So
I guess in the future.
I guess. So this time I will definitely initiate a conversation.
No, like how it went, how you met. Like the thing is that there are lots of people, teenager, they have energy, they have enthusiasm, they have this kind of ideas, but when it comes to do it, they can't find a way. Like for example, in my case, I have been. Do you know like Youth Union? يوشع الاتفاق.
يشتر إشتري يعني أنا.
No, like do you know Youth Union? يوشع الاتفاق.
No.
It's a part of like this. So advertising. No, it's kind of governmental stuff. So when I was in 10th grade, yeah, there's a youth union organization in Uzbekistan. If you don't know, where will be kind of leaders from the city, school, like district, and so on. First, I was a leader of my school. Like it is only for school students. I was a leader of my school. So the point of being is that if there is a kind of event, you may kind of go, or you may kind of have events inside your school. Your director will provide like financial and so on. First, I was like school leader for 2 or 3 days, and after that, Yunus leader, like something like this. And I became a Tashkent leader. Like there's a building near the university, I guess. what is that? National University.
Hmm.
Their building, and the thing is that they really helped me. They really helped me. Like before COVID, I was really shy. I knew English, but I was afraid to talk. My networking was very awful. And when I went to Youth Union, they kind of helped me like how to work with team, how to cooperate, or how to like speak good, how to like public speaking or doing a presentation, so on. We had a really good time there. So for me, it was the way for kind of make myself. And I mean, there are lots of people like they want to be like you, like young, this project, met president or something like this. They won't do the same, but what like they can't find a way. They can't find a way. They think like it is not possible. They have this kind of mindset. And for example, me myself now, I know like if I want to do something great, if I have a good idea, I may go to like Yoshida Liga. I may kind of tell like I may tell my presentation. I may do my presentation like a project. If it is good for like teenager, they may provide financially. Yep.
Yes.
But lots of people they don't know this kind of organizations.
Okay. Okay.
If you know, okay,
That's.
okay.
Uh-huh.
And you have been a part of a European organization. What was that?
Youth board. I have been a part of youth board, climate science, and European youth board as well. It's like youth
Yeah.
action, European youth board, and climate science.
And you went to like other countries because of it as well. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
How it was, how it is, like
Well, well, yes,
yeah,
yes.
introduce because when I was starting in school, I heard about this kind of organizations, but
Yes.
I couldn't go. I couldn't go. I don't know. Maybe it is because of application. I couldn't do that. It was hard for me. Something like this. I couldn't find a way. I didn't have kind of friends of mine who have done this. So can you like show the roadmap of this? Like how can we be a part of this kind of organizations and get this kind of privileges?
Okay. So the thing is that the question that you asked was about how our youth can be a part of such
Yep.
organizations, how our youth can accelerate their capacities, just to run projects,
Yep.
be a part of social institutions. This is the only way. The
Mhm.
only way to get something is to be a part of social institutions within your country. I think that's the only way to achieve things. For me, it was Youth
Mhm.
Affairs Agency. I became
Mhm.
a part of Youth Affairs Agency, became a volunteer there, and scaled up to become a youth ambassador. So come to your local Youth Affairs Agency, come with the projects. They are very happy to help you. I know you, again, the heads of, I know it's just life himself, and like the head of the Khwarezmi and Baburaki as well. So it's like, this is the only way to succeed in life. If you want your project to get to a high level, then connect it with the social institutions of Uzbekistan, because like they have the audience, you don't have the people, they will help you to organize everything, and they have the the technical needs that you will need to succeed and accelerate in your projects.
About the things about myself. To be honest, I was like every one of you. I was shy when I studied at school. I had problems with networking. I wasn't sociable enough, and when I had some ideas in my mind, I was afraid to talk my ideas to my friends or to my teachers or to another one. Like I thought it's a bad idea. Like only I can understand, and I think you had the same like situation.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, I was shy because I didn't know what to talk about.
yeah,
And once I knew, after that, the voice opened up. It's like shyness can be of two types.
hmm
Shyness, because you know so many things, but you think that those are not enough. So
yeah.
you have imposter syndrome.
hmm
Syndrome. You always think that again you're not enough. That those ideas are very stupid to share. They
Yeah,
are very cringe. And then the second type, when a person does does know nothing, and that's why they are
of
silent.
course.
So yes, yes.
I can stand it. I can stand it. So,
So how old are you? 1 second.
do I have to tell it? Let's keep it secret. Let's keep it secret. I don't wanna. So,
You
how
said
old are you?
you said you're at school, and then I assume that you are
Ah, yeah,
like
no, I don't. I don't study at school. I studied university, second
yes, yes,
grade. Come
yes.
on.
Oh, really? We are.
Oh my god, I look young.
No, yes, yes, yes.
No, yes.
It's like a mixed feeling. Mixed
So, if you don't know, advertising again. I study at Tashkent State University of Economics, second grade.
Oh,
So, if there are
that's a beautiful
people who are
university.
watching, yeah, if there are people who are watching for that university, guys, I really love you. Even I don't see you. Yep. Actually, I don't go to university. So how it is? I go to university 2 months a year. I think you know what I mean.
Oh, it's like заочный?
Yeah.
Oh.
I couldn't find it in English. How it's said. I couldn't.
I
So
think I think that's okay to use another word.
yeah. What about you?
Will I study full time because I'm a
Full time.
lawyer?
Yeah.
Just I have to. I have to.
Let's talk about transport. Like, oh my god, like, do you use bus?
Oh, I live in dormitory. I wake up a very beautiful dormitory. I wake up and it's like 57 meters to the university. I wake up.
Gosh,
I live on the first floor.
I wanted
It's
the same.
I live on the first floor. It's the second door from the first
Hmm.
floor.
Hmm.
So it's like whoo, I walk down and it's like 50
Yeah.
meters to the university.
Like, I use public transport every day, like
Oh, that
metro,
is crazy.
bus. Yeah. And I think we have to make a change in this kind of sphere. Like, it's not enough opportunity, like enough like environment for elderly people, for students as well, and stuff like this. Uh.
Yes, well, I studied environmental science, as you know, and a part of that was engineering. So I
Mhm.
think a good way to solve this problem would be making e-lines. So it's
Mhm.
EV lines only for the public transportation.
We have, but we don't
Uh,
use. We have.
e-lines. I mean, e-lines as in, just there is difference between e-lines that everyone can cross and e-lines that no one can
I
cross.
know, but we have in Tashkent. Have you seen like a line
Oh,
for
no, really?
only buses?
But like, what about the row? Is the row like fully covered, or is there no row? It's like
No,
it
like
should
there
be a
is.
wide row.
We
Like,
have, but we don't use
what about carpooling? Like, what if we
carpooling.
have the system of carpooling? For example, I have a car. Let's say, okay, I
She
have.
doesn't have. She doesn't. If she has, I will kill myself. Like at the age of.
No, not yet, not yet. Next year, hopefully. Okay, so let's imagine I have a car, and like I'm myself, just one person in my car, right? I live alone, so it's like one person, and there are four other seats. What if we have like this is a good startup idea? What if we
We'll talk about later.
if we integrate a student system, like let's say a student app where you can pull a carpooling, you can pull a car. So it's like
Mhm.
there are cars going down, you have a map, there are cars, and then you just pick one car and then go inside the car. For example, a car you can see it's whether it's female or male. If I'm female, for example, I'm choosing a female car, so to feel comfortable, and then I go inside the car. We study at the same university. It's like just you are
Mhm.
only there would be one database of all the
Okay.
universities.
Okay.
Like, okay, listen about that. So there would be all databases of universities, and
Mhm.
I am a University of Diplomacy and Economy, and
Mhm.
I would only see the cars that University of World Economy and Diplomacy use. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like
Like.
the students, their students,
Mm,
and it's like what you do is that they
mm,
go around you, and then just you pull the car. Oh, I study there as well. Like you
it's
go together to
it's
the
plus for
university.
networking as well. Yeah, it's good for
Yes, yes,
networking as
yes,
well.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
There are a lot of technical sides, but I think for the idea, I think this can be really great. Because have you heard about the app about roommates, like the recently invented one?
I had, I guess, like it was in like abroad. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
not.
it's a roommate where you find roommates from your university, and then
Mhm.
you find a place to live together.
Ah, yeah. Actually, it's a good idea. It's a good
Yes.
idea. Like
Why
because
why not to do with the same with transportation?
yes, of course. Like no, like do we have it in Uzbekistan? Do we have it?
Yes, yes, in Uzbekistan. It was invented in
Really?
Uzbekistan. A girl invented that.
No, the thing is that that there are lots of this kind of projects, but simple people like me, like he or like him, they don't know. Did you get what I mean?
It's in Uzbek. I mean, like,
No, okay, okay.
yes,
Maybe
yes.
there is, but we don't know. For
Mm.
example, you may know because you have the kind of friends who kind of invented, or you know some friends from the organization. But what I mean is that I'm a simple person and I don't know. I'm a simple student. Like I don't know. I don't know.
You don't seem simple.
I am. I am.
Okay, the thing is that, well, I think, yes, there should be more points of information. Like,
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
trying, I myself trying to, again, put more projects on my channel. If you have a project, you can reach out to me. I will try
Reach
to,
out to me as well.
I will
No.
try to, I will try to advertise that and help. It's like we don't have enough people who push forward those ideas. That
Mhm.
app wasn't actually that advertised. It's
Mhm.
not that
Mhm.
big. It's like
Mhm.
it has 20K users or so. It's like, but not everyone knows about them. There are not
Yeah.
enough people to advertise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
It's
I am privileged. For example, let's say I have very, I'm in a circle of privileged people. I
Mhm.
know about that because there is like one person or second person who invented this, right? It's like in my network of people. But I think that we bloggers bear the responsibility to share those opportunities with other
Of
people as
course.
well. Otherwise, it's like there's no way forward.
Yep. And you're doing a detox challenge. Let's
Yes.
talk a little bit about it, like why we need that kind of thing in Uzbekistan. Like, what is it actually? Because there are lots of people, majority of teenagers, like in Uzbekistan, they don't know English. Yep. Maybe 30 or 20% may know, but lots of them don't know. So can you talk about like what is detox, like in simple language, in simple English language? Like don't use advanced language, even I don't understand it.
It's a very popular challenge in Europe. So detox means to get rid of social media. Just don't
Hmm.
use it. There's a term of TikTokification.
I
Okay.
didn't heard that.
A TikTokification means that everything has become vertical. Have you
Hmm.
noticed that everything is vertical and like our attention span is now 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in 2021, our attention span was a minute and 36
Yeah. It's something I
seconds,
don't like.
and now it's 11 seconds. You see the change in that,
Yep.
and I think just for the person to be able to retain their retention,
Hmm.
to have their retention, their attention span increased. In simple language, it's like to focus more, to be able to
Hmm.
focus more. They need to get rid of these reels because I stopped watching reels and YouTubes first because I want to regain the retention that I lost. Like I want to focus more on the books that I read, so that I can get the most out of it, and it really helped. It's been today is the fifth day of the detox challenge, and I can
Hmm.
already feel the difference. Yesterday I spent 2 hours just reading a really cool psychic
She
detective.
said don't read books. Like she doesn't like people who read books, but
I,
she
I you know
reads
I
itself.
like people who read books, but I adore the people who reflect on books.
Okay.
Without the books, there is no reflection.
So you're having this kind of challenge with your followers on Telegram, yep.
Yes, I have
That's cool.
400 participants right now in the challenge.
400? Oh my god. So like
400.
everyone is participating.
75%.
25%.
Yes, 75%
Okay.
of them are participating. Some of them are exceeding the limits, but others are already seeing the results. They are saying,
Hmm.
Asalkhon, thank you so much. I think this is a wonderful challenge. This was the first time that I made myself to use my phone only for an hour, and
Yeah.
I can already feel my mind is so fresh. I
Hmm.
now
Hmm.
can focus fully on everything, and it's like, yes, we already feel the results with our people.
Nowadays, lots of children, babies are addicted to social media. My cousins, for
Yes.
example.
Yes. The problem with communication, for example, you
Yeah.
wouldn't have enough ideas to even share. It would be, hey, hi, that's it. Like you ate this,
Yes.
this, this, this.
Yes.
Because I noticed from my side, for example, in August, I had a very big breakdown in my life
Hmm.
because I wanted to shift from the point of being a young scholar to the point of being an entrepreneur. And that
Hmm.
was a big change. And that's why I experienced a lot of downsides. So what I did is I was just binge watching just the YouTube
Hmm.
shorts. I was constantly on the YouTube shorts, and I noticed that when I have conversation, I don't have enough words to speak. I'm like I'm losing words. I'm losing ideas. Then I just threw my phone and then focused back to the books because when you read books, when you engage with the information, you have more words to share. Your vocabulary gets complex, and what's more interesting is that you start to see things as not simply see things, but see the meaning behind things. It's like you can see the story looking at things, and I think that's the beauty of reading.
Yep. Now let's talk about future plans. Like, what kind of future plans do you have? Like, I have followed or your on your like, Telegram channel, and you said that on Detox Challenge, like you had lots of ideas in terms of like swap up. You want to move to the next level in terms of like marketing, in terms of finance. So, what kind of plans do you have for the next year? Because
Yes, yes,
so
we already
yeah.
started the shift. First, we are building the departments of the swap up so that it's not only
Department. Oh my god.
yes, 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 so that it's not only about books.
Mm-hmm.
So we plan to really separate books from the events. So events would be separate and the
Hmm.
books would be separate. Events would be confidence oriented and the books would be more like a fear. People come, people buy, for example, the tariffs, and they get the books. And
Okay.
we are already signing a contract with one country. I wouldn't say which country because
Central Asia.
we are signing a contract, and I wouldn't say what
No.
country.
Okay. Okay. Central Asia or
Uh,
Europe or
Within close
Asia.
proximity, not Central Asia. Within
But it's in
close,
Asia.
yes, within close
Malaysia,
proximity.
China.
Just to be able, just to be able to get.
Yeah, you may drink. You may drink.
Yes, yes,
Free.
just to be able to get the books.
Yeah.
So we want the access to books. Do you want as well? That's the
Of
question.
course. Of course. Of course.
So what we're doing is that we're planning to offer again a wide range of books for a very cheap price, so that I believe, I personally believe that everyone has a right to education. Everyone has a right to opportunities that other are chasing. So if we don't have such opportunities in Uzbekistan, I with my team we are planning to extend the opportunities. We extend these bubbles that people can be a part of. You don't
Hmm.
need to run away to United States just to discover that there's nothing there, just to
Okay. Yeah.
discover
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
no one needs you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can do something within the place that you're living in.
Yeah, the thing is that it's not about the place, it's about yourself. Like lots of
Yes.
people think that, like even like my, I can say like relatives, like people around me, they always ask me, you know English good, why you don't go to America? And I say, why I have to go? Like why? Like
For expertise, yes, but
no,
if
it's not for expertise. Like they don't know why. It's the problem. Like lots of people say things, but they don't know why. For example, um, you know, the thing recently happened, like happening in Uzbekistan, overrating something. I can explain you. For example, in 2020, I guess, logistics came to Uzbekistan, and everybody occupied with was occupied with logistics, trading, everyone, SMM,
yes.
everyone, IT, everyone. The thing is that they don't ask themselves, okay, why I need it. They're seeing someone is doing good with that stuff, like earning good money, and say, okay, if I do this, I may earn a lot of money. No, no, it's not about the subject, it's about you. That stuff, if that work won't feed you, you won't earn a lot of money. Like you have to understand it, guys. um it's real problem. And
Yes.
I worked at logistics. Yeah, lots
Uh-huh.
lots of things happen. Yeah, I worked at logistics. Things were going well, but the thing was, I had no time on myself, like self improvement. I worked 9 hours. I know this, guys. Thank you very much. I had a good work with you. Like I learned lots of things from you. Thank you very much. And the thing is that I didn't have any time for myself. Anytime. I didn't have a time even for sleep, and it was really bad. And I was like, okay, till when I can work at that job? Okay, 30 something, and after that they will say, okay, bye. We have
Yes.
we have someone who's better, who's younger, who's energetic. Bye. And if you're young, I don't think you have to work for someone. Let me explain. Work on yourself, improve yourself. I really seen that thing. I have learned at learning center as well. I don't want to say anything bad to that learning center. I really love the community, the colleagues. I really love you. But what I mean is that I kind of spent lots of time, and it wasn't good for myself. I didn't learn like lots of things. Instead, I could do something better for myself. What about you? Like, have you worked at somewhere?
Yes, yes, I'm still working.
No,
I
like no, no, no. It's not kind of like ambassador or something. Like really
Yes,
working.
yes, yes, working for money. Yeah,
Okay.
I do earn. Well, okay. One thing that I want to comment on your point is that of course there are two things. People idealize either ideas or people idealize either people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. For example, with the swap up, we had 500 participants. It's like
Hmm.
half of 1,000 showing up in person,
Yeah.
and 1.5k registered for the events. 500 people came. Again, what we are doing is we are trying to, bring up their individualistic selves in there, and that's why during the event it wasn't only about swapping, but it was only also about the ideas. It's about we had act performances where participants could share, one story, one scene. They could showcase one scene using, to the best of their capacities, and that was wonderful. But the problem is that the biggest problem with the swap up was that it got idealized. Like people started to idealize me and Abdurazok. Both of us are bloggers, so. Would you guess what happened during the swap up Tashkent event and Samarkand event?
Okay. What happened?
So everyone just came just to be able to take photos with us.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
a row. I took photos for the Tashkent. I took photos with 200
Yeah.
people. In the Samarkand, 100 people. Everyone coming to me. No one is talking to me. Like, can I
Mm-hmm.
can I take a photo with you? Yes, photo. Okay, can
Yeah.
I take a photo? No one wants to even talk, share their ideas. Like
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
only two of them. If it's
Mhm.
200, only two came with their projects. I have a project or thing as such,
Gotcha.
and it's ended to the point of such idealization that
Yeah.
30 or 40 people or so came to me and asked for my just autograph.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
I
yes,
know.
yes. I was like signing their books. They came with the books. Asalkhon, please, could you sign our book? And then I was signing every book. I was, my ego was eating up. Of course, like from the ego side, I was
Ego,
like,
yeah.
wow.
Difficult, difficult.
Yes, people are taking autographs from me, and I'm like signing the books, signing the books. Like, just I'm feeling like so special. And then idea hit me. Why am I doing that? The
Mm-hmm.
goal of Swap Up is not to idealize me,
Yeah,
it's to idealize the brand,
yeah, of
idealize
course.
the ideas behind the brand. The ideas behind the Swap Up brand is first bring a second life into the book, like see the book as a source of ideas, see the book as a living idea that is walking down here, well, like good to great, just idea walking
Yep,
down
yep,
there.
yep.
It's not about us, it's not about the faces like me and Abdurazok. It's about the like the goals that we are promoting. And
Yeah.
for the next event, we would be fully focusing on the side of the branding of the brand rather than the branding of the people. Like, we don't
Mm-hmm.
want people idealizing us. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
people, come to me all the time and like take photos and take my autograph. This is not what Swap Up is about.
Yep, yep. I got you. So we had a brilliant talk, I guess. Yeah. So guys, I guess it's the end of the podcast. Hit that subscribe button. Like comment below who you want to see next. Maybe it's like from Russia, from Kazakhstan, from Europe. The thing is that this person has to know English. Okay.